My name is VG Chandran. I'm a clinical psychologist and I have been working with children with learning difficulties for the past 29 years. Assessing children referred for learning difficulties is a very challenging task. We hope this video will provide the guidelines for clinicians and doctors who are given the task of assessing children with learning difficulties referred by the schools. This screening instrument is intended for children above the age of 6. This has to be supported by observations of the child's behavioral achievements in 4 main domains, i.e. gross motor, fine motor, speech and language, as well as personal social skills. This would provide a profile of the child's strengths and difficulties in each of the 4 domains and enable one to obtain an approximate developmental level of the child's status in the gross motor, fine motor, personal social and speech and language domains. We are now going to demonstrate how to perform the screening assessment on 2 children referred for learning difficulties. The assessment would involve the 4 main domains, i.e. the gross motor, the fine motor, the speech and language skills, as well as the personal social skills.
Assalamualaikum. Adam, apa khabar? Adam ya? Okay, Adam duduk. Encik, ini nama Encik?
Ahmad.
Encik Fiza ya? Okey. Adam okey hari ni? Encik ada bawa dia punya senarai yang kita suruh bawa tu? Okey.
Terdapat 3 manual instrumen yang diguna oleh pihak sekolah dalam pengesanan murid bermasalah dalam pembelajaran. Pertama adalah manual instrumen pengesanan murid bermasalah dalam pembelajaran yang dikeluarkan oleh bahagian pendidikan khas. Kedua adalah manual instrumen senarai semak disleksia juga dikeluarkan oleh bahagian pendidikan khas. Dan ketiga adalah manual garis panduan pendaftaran orang kurang upaya itu OKU yang dikeluarkan oleh Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat. Instrumen ini perlu dinilai oleh guru dan perlu dilengkapkan serta disahkan oleh guru yang menilai. Instrumen saringan yang kedua adalah instrumen senarai semak disleksia ISD yang juga perlu diisi oleh guru dengan lengkap dan juga disahkan oleh guru.
Kat depan tu dah check lah semua yang barang-barang yang patut bawa kan. Barang instrumen pengesanan murid masalah, instrumen disleksia, dan juga untuk orang kebenaran lah untuk ni dan laporan ringkas guru. Ya. Encik faham kan datang sini untuk apa? Cek ada mereka. Semua ya pasal dia kan ada buat ujian hari tu kan yang Linus Tegal ni dan dia gagal lah ujian Linus Tegal ya. Jadinya memang dirujukkan untuk kita tengok ada masalah lain dan sebagainya lah. Kita pergi ke sana kita nak buat ujian sikit. Boleh.
Learning disability assessment form should be filled up by the nurses, medical assistant and also doctors. There are 10 components that should be assessed during the consultation and examination. The examiner should enter the patient's name, gender, date of birth, age, and assessment anthropometry should be done by the nurses or medical assistant.
The gross motor skills are abilities required in order to control the large muscles of the body for walking, running, sitting, crawling, and other activities. Motor skills usually develop together since many activities depend on the coordination of gross and fine motor skills. Gross motor skills develop over a relatively short period of time. Most development occurs during childhood. Children reach developmental milestones at different rates. School-age children are quite skilled at controlling their bodies and are generally good at a wide variety of physical activities, although the ability varies according to the level of maturation and the physique of a child.
For gross motor assessment, we are going to do a few activities which include jump on both feet, run and kick the ball, balance on one foot, heel to toe walk, and also crouch on tiptoe. Jump on both feet.
Kita akan lompat dengan dua kaki kiri ke atas. Sini.
Observe the way the child jumped and look at the arms and the knees. In Adam, you can see that there is some incoordination of the arms and legs, and he did not bend his knees, and he's more of stomping rather than jumping. As compared to Alif, where he actually jumps with both legs off the ground and also he bends his knees properly. Run and kick the ball. Ask the child to run and kick the ball. Observe the way the child runs and kick the ball. Observe the way that Adam runs. He was having problem in coordinating his running and kicking the ball. There was some hesitancy when he wants to kick the ball. As compared to Alif, where he actually runs and kicks the ball smoothly in coordination.
Five to 7-year-olds can skip, jump, rope, catch a bounced ball, walk on their tiptoes, balance on one foot for over 8 seconds. Many can even ride a small 2-wheel bicycle. 8 and 9-year-olds typically can ride a bicycle, swim, roller skate, jump rope, use garden tools, and play a variety of sports.
Balance on one foot. The child was asked to stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds. Observe the arms and the legs movements. In Adam, we can see that his arms are not in a straight line, and he actually hooked his leg to the other leg for balancing. In Alif, you can observe that the hands are in balance, and he was able to count until 10 seconds.
There are a range of disorders that affect gross motor skill development. Genetic disorders, muscular dystrophy, cerebral palsy, developmental coordination disorder, and some neurological conditions adversely impact gross motor skill development.
Heel to toe. Ask the child to walk on a straight line Ensure that there's no gap between the heel and the toe during walking. Observe the way the arm swings. In Adam, we can see that the child has problem in keeping his arms in balance and also while coordinating his heel to toe walk. In Alif, he also have difficulty in making sure there's no gap between the heel and the toe, and have some difficulties sometimes in balancing his arms. Crouch on tiptoe. Ask the child first to tiptoe and subsequently crouch down. Observe Adam. He is unable to tiptoe and subsequently crouch. He would balance himself using his hands. Alif can tiptoe and crouch, but having problems at times in balancing himself in that position.
Fine motor skills involve the small muscles of the body that enable functions such as writing, grasping small objects, and fastening clothing. This involves strength, fine motor control, and dexterity. By the age of 5, most children have clearly advanced beyond the fine motor skill development of the preschool age. They can draw recognizably human figures with facial features and legs connected to a distinct trunk.
In fine motor assessment, we are going to observe the way the child holds the pen and writes. Adam has a mature tripod grip.
This is what Adam did when I asked him to write his name. When I asked Adam to write the alphabet, this is what he wrote. It's very difficult to differentiate what actually the alphabet, except A, C, D, and the sequences is all wrong.
Nama dekat sini. Tulis. Nama kat sini. Alif has a mature tripod grip. But we noticed that the child is actually putting pressure while writing. This is a sample of the patient's handwriting. Observe the patient's handwriting and also the way he writes the numbers. You can see that the numbers are there's no gap between the numbers to indicate that there's a problem with some visual spatial problem. And we asked him to write the alphabets. He can only write A, C, and D, and then there's a mixture of capital letters and the small letters.
Fine motor skills are important in most school activities as well as in life in general. Fine motor difficulties need to be addressed and referred to an occupational therapist for intervention. In summary, both gross motor and fine motor are important in a child's learning, both academically as well as in social play and games.
Throw and catch the ball. Ask the child to throw and catch the ball. Observe the way the child throws and how he catches the ball. In Adam, we can see that he is having problem in catching the ball, where his arms are in fixed position. When he was throwing the ball, we can observe that he actually cannot aim the ball properly towards the catcher, that was Alif. As compared to Alif, where he can do that smoothly. In copy the shape test, the child is shown the drawn shape and then we ask the patient to do the same shape, that is to copy the shape. So this is actually the patient's copying and this is the actual age group.
Copy the shape test. This is what Adam did. He can copy the circle, the cross, a little bit of a square and a triangle. He can't actually do a proper diamond. So the equivalent mental age is around 5 years old.
So in this patient, we can see that the child can draw a circle, a cross, a square, a triangle, and part of the diamond, which is around 6 years old. So as a conclusion, the child age is around 6 years old.
Speech and language development is a useful indicator of the child's overall development and cognitive ability and is related to school success. Children presenting with speech and language delay may have an increased risk for learning disabilities. They may have difficulty reading, exhibit poor reading skills, and have difficulty with written language and reading comprehension. The examiner should try to obtain further information from the parents or caregivers to verify and determine the approximate level of the child's language and communication skills. Furthermore, if language is delayed, one has to establish the level of severity and how this is affecting the child's ability to communicate with his family, peers, and teachers.
Observe the way the children spell and read. Give your comment.
Buku best. Kita tengok nak buku ni. Okay, alright. Ni apa ni?
Happy.
Cuba je dia.
G-A-B-A-R-E-E-A-P-R-P.
Child 1 have difficulty in recognizing alphabets, unable to read. He sometimes guessed the word according to the picture shown. Sekali kuat-kuat. Child 2 seems to be able to recognize alphabets and able to spell certain words. However, Notice that he also have some picture recognition that doesn't tally with his spelling.
Speech and language development is a useful indicator of the child's overall development and cognitive ability and is related to school success. Children presenting with speech delay may have increased risk for learning disability. The children may have difficulty reading, have poor reading skills, have problems with writing and reading comprehension.
Observe the way the children perform sequencing tasks. What have you observed?
Gosok gigi. Okey. Ni ada banyak gambar ni, ada 5. Boleh tak Adam susun? Yang mana nombor 1? Mula sekali. Ni nombor 1. Okey, letak dekat tepi sini. Depan sekali sini. Okey. Lepas tu yang mana lagi? Ni. Okey, ni mula-mula dia dah gosok gigi ya. Okey.
Child 1 needs lots of prompting and seems unable to tell stories.
Yang ni. Okey, nombor 4. Ni. Nombor 5? Ni. Okey, betul macam ni. Ni nombor 1. Mula-mula dia gosok gigi. Betul? Betul Ada nak ubah apa-apa? Tanah. Okey.
Sendiri. Okey, doktor nak bagi gambar, kita nak susun macam mana cara nak basuh kasut. Okey. So pilih yang mula-mula yang mana kita nak ambil. Macam mana tu nak basuh lepas kasut kita kotor. Alif susun. Ambil susun kat situ. Okey, lepas tu antara yang ni. Okey, lepas tu berus lagi. Lepas tu yang mana? Yang ni apa? Jemur kasut yang ni? Basuh. Okey, yang ni dengan ini mana dulu? Ni dulu. Okey, yang ni. Kemudian, okey, yang ni. Lepas tu antara ni yang mana dulu? Antara kapur ke jemur dulu? Jemur dulu baru kapur. Okey. Betul macam ni. Child 2 was able to do the sequencings and able to tell the story of the task. However, he needs also lots of prompting and his sentences were short. Cuba cerita. Mula-mula. Mula-mula buat apa? Lepas tu? Dia tak gosok lagi, dia letak apa? Macam mana? Lepas tu? Bak gigi letak di? Tu gosok gigi. Lepas tu? Kumur-kumur. Lepas tu? Lap. Okey, pandai.
One method would be to look at the child's ability to tell stories. Use storybooks or pictures depicting people and animals performing various tasks or actions. If the child is communicative, the examiner can encourage the child to talk about his or her likes and dislikes, describe a holiday, talk about their pets, hobbies, favorite movies or TV programs. There are so many things one can talk about.
Observe the way the children tell stories from a picture.
Apa cerita